it's Linna, your choreography teacher. So here we are. It was requested by Katie. We're going to be demonstrating the dance movements for It Don't Mean a Thing. You guys see that there. So it's a really simple dance. As I said, in practice, it's basically we are mimicking big band movement. I recommend looking it up since you're on YouTube now. Look up big band movement and see how they throw their instruments around. So basically, anything in this song is that we are mimicking that movement. So when there's a left foot forward, I always need you to turn your bodies and show your instruments. Don't just put your foot forward. Be very flashy. And this is our first time doing this. We are going to be making demos and how-to songs, dances for the rest of the routines, like Seneca Square Dance, that you guys should all know. We'll be doing that later, more professional manner. We'll be doing that at the gym. But this is my living room. Welcome to my apartment. And we shall start right now. Thanks. The first two measures of the piece, nobody will move. Remain with the backs towards the audience. The third and fourth measure, when this music is heard, partner number one with the right foot will step, pivot together. The third time this music is heard, partner number two, as well with the right foot leading, will step, pivot together. In measure number 8, the first note, all partners will point their left foot out towards audience. This will cause the violin to be pointed out towards the audience. Your left foot will come back on the first note of measure 9, like this. When you put your left foot out, you will be actually facing and turning your violin to point towards the audience. So when you put your left foot out, do not simply place your foot in front of you. Move your body with your left foot so that you actually rotate and point your violin towards the audience. In the first time this music is heard, the partners will be facing towards each other, facing away, and then facing the audience. So in the first measure of ba-da-ba-dum, partners 1 and 2 will swing to face each other. In the second measure, they will swing to face away from each other. When you are facing away from your partner, you actually will be looking at the partners next to you. And then in the third measure, you will swing back and remain in regular position facing the audience. In the first note of the 2 measures following the 3 measures of ba-da-ba-da music, you will be putting your left foot forward. Your left foot will go out on the E. Now this is the E in the violin music. This is the first note in that second measure. Remain in this position throughout the 3 measures of rest and the next 3 measures of ba-da-ba-da music. After the 3 measures of rest will come the second time of this music being heard. So your violin will be pointed exactly towards the audience. Now in the first measure of the ba-da-ba-da music, your violins will be doing the opposite. Partner number 1 violin will be pointed up, while partner number 2's violin will be pointed down. In the second measure, you guys will switch positions, meaning partner number 1's violin will point down, and partner number 2's violin will point up. You will be making this movement at the exact same time. In the third measure, as stated before, you will always be coming back to normal positions facing the audience. So in the third measure in this instance, your left foot will be coming back so your body is square facing the audience. Directly after these 3 measures, starting with the pickup in measure 24, partners will be doing the opposite movement again with 3 steps. This is going to look like this. Partner number 1 will be doing 3 steps forward, leading with the right foot again. Partner number 2, at the exact same time, will be taking 3 steps back, starting with the right foot. So you're going to be step, step, step together. The second time this music is heard, you'll be doing the opposite now, coming back together. Partner number 1, with the right foot leading, will take 3 steps back, 1, 2, 3, together. While partner number 2 will be taking 3 steps with the right foot leading, forward. Now both partners should be parallel on the same line facing the audience. In these steps where the partners are taking 3 steps forward or back and together, should be with the beat of the music, not with the notes. So in this case, for example, measure 25 has 4 notes in it. That does not mean you put a foot down for each note. You will go with the beat. No movement will be done until the third set of this music is heard. This is the 3 measures right before the Dakota sign. Just like before, the first 2 measures, partners will be doing the opposite of each other, while the third time they will be remaining straight facing the audience. In this case, your violins aren't doing any movement, nor are your feet. It's your bodies. So in the first measure of ba-da, 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 partner number 1 will be bending at the knees to go down, while partner number 2 will be staying in the same position of just standing towards the audience. In the second measure, partner number 1 will be returning back up to stand correctly, while partner number 2 will be bending at the knees to hunch down. In the third measure, partner number 1 will stay because he is already in this position to be facing the audience, while partner number 2, though, will have to bend back up to get a normal standing position. This should look like this. In measures 40 through 45, this is right after their third time of the ba-da music, violins will be simply going up and going down with the 2 paired notes. So it should look something like this. After the violins going up and down, there is no more dancing until you have to repeat, since it says DSL coda. So now you need to go back to the sign and do those steps again. The final part of the song, at coda, is just comprised of a couple steps. In measure 58, partner number 1 will be putting their left foot forward, again pointing their violin towards the audience. In measure 60, partner number 2 will be following suit and putting their left foot forward. In measure 62, both partners will bring their left feet back, so you'll be facing the audience. In measure 64, 65, and 66, to swing your violin with the music going left. So go left, right, forward. This is similar to Encore Fusion Fiddle's movement. You're going to put your right foot out on the last note. That's an F for the violins. So now you're going to stay here till the very end and all the people clap. Now this movement is very similar to jazz hands you may have seen at other performances. They put a step out and you do the jazz hands. But since we have our violins in our hands, we can't do this. So we're going to take a right step out with our bodies out towards the audience so they see we are done with